You're listening to Don't Miss This on Paris Underground Radio. For more great content, including bonus videos of events in and around Paris, please join us on Patreon. Hello, and welcome back to Don't Miss This, your weekly roundup of the best of what's happening in Paris this week. Subscribe so you never miss an episode. I'm your host, Jennifer Garrity, the creator and founder of the Paris Underground Radio podcast network. This week begins with ceremonial sparkle and ends with the end. In between, you'll find Cheshire cats and best friends, peek behind the scenes of a historic theater, and art that fights pain. Travel to 3 Asian countries through their fashion, art, and traditions, take a nighttime stroll in an enchanted garden, and so much more. This week's edition of Don't Miss This covers the week of Sunday, November 20th through Saturday, November 26th, 2022. It's that time of year when Paris puts on its sparkliest coat, turns down the temperature, and invites us all to get good and cozy. To get us started, this Sunday, November 20th at 6 p.m., actor Tahar Rahim will light the lights on the Champs-Élysées. The entire street will be pedestrianized, and that red color we've all come to expect will be replaced with a golden hue to decorate the avenue's some 400 trees. As you're likely aware, energy consumption has been top of mind for Paris officials, and this year's lighting will be slightly modified. The city will use Blanchère Illumination's eco-friendly lights, which will sparkle from 5 p.m. to 11:45 p.m., down from 2 a.m. in previous years, with the exception of December 24th and 31st, where there are celebrations planned all night. In addition, the festivities will last 6 weeks instead of the usual 7, for a 44% reduction in energy consumption. Inauguration of the Champs-Élysées Christmas lights with actor Tahar Rahim will take place on the Champs-Élysées at 6 p.m. on Sunday, November 20th. The lights will then be on every evening from 5 p.m. to 11:45 p.m., with the exception of December 24th and 31st, until January 3rd, 2023. How you doing? Have you ever imagined yourself as the new best friend of Ross, Rachel, Joey, and the gang? Well, I'll be there for you. The new immersive exhibit, The Friends Experience, is making its way over from the US to Paris's Porte de Versailles, beginning on Monday, November 21st. Originally created to mark the 25th anniversary of the show, The Friends Experience rose to 4th place in the list of best attractions of 2021. After success in New York, Chicago, Atlanta, and Denver, this unique experience is making its first European stop in Paris. Wander through Joey and Chandler's apartment, Monica and Rachel's kitchen, and then plop down on the couches of Central Perk. You'll even find the opening credits' famous fountain, as well as iconic props and costumes from the show. The Friends Experience, the one in Paris, will be at the Porte de Versailles from Monday, November 21st through January 22nd, 2023, and costs €25 to attend. For more information, please visit paris.friendstheexperience.com. Well, you wouldn't want to be late for a very important date, so jump down the rabbit hole, take a left past the Cheshire Cat, and head on into Wonderland at the Piscine Josephine Baker, where a large exhibit in the world of Alice in Wonderland will adorn the walls of this floating swimming pool. More than 20 contemporary and street artists will showcase their interpretations of the inhabitants of Wonderland, with paintings, sculptures, drawings, street art installations, and video projections. Think modern interpretations of this literary classic. Alice au Pays des Merveilles, une exposition au bord de l'eau, will be at the Piscine Josephine Baker from Monday, November 21st through December 29th and is free to attend. For more information, please visit piscine-baker.fr. That's piscine-baker.fr. When you think of an iconic piece of Japanese clothing, what do you think of? Chances are it's the kimono, and a new exhibit at the Quai Branly will showcase this emblematic garment, quote, from samurai schools to catwalks, from kabuki actors to international pop stars, end quote. Designed by the Victoria and Albert Museum in London, this exhibit looks back at the stories of iconic costumes that have been inextricably linked to Japan. From its golden age in the Edo era until its democratization in the West, you will follow the thread of the history of the kimono, exploring its shape, its fabrics, and its place in the world of fashion, particularly as interpreted by some of the world's greatest designers like John Galliano and Alexander McQueen. Kimono will be at the Musée du Quai Branly from Tuesday, November 22nd through Monday, May 28th, 2023, and more information can be found at quaibranly.fr. That's QUAIBRANLY.fr. Perhaps after you've explored what the kimono means to the Japanese culture, you'll be interested in what silk and gold mean to the Uzbek culture. Sur les rues du Samarkand, merveilles de soie et d'or, or On the Roads of Samarkand, Wonders of Silk and Gold. A total of 300 pieces will highlight the, quote, ancestral know-how of Uzbekistan from the end of the 19th to the beginning of the 20th century, end quote, including many that have never before been shown outside of national museums. So, what can you see? Well, you'll find gold-embroidered accessories from the emir's court, wooden saddles, silver horse harnesses, embroidered fabrics, traditional coats, carpets, silk ikats, jewelry, and other clothing from the nomadic culture. You'll also find sumptuous silk-embroidered fabrics designed for young women's dowries, as well as around 20 avant-garde paintings. Sur les rues de Samarkand, merveilles de soie et d'or will be at the Institut du Monde Arabe from Wednesday, November 23rd through June 4th, 2023, and more information can be found at imarabe.org. They say that the best things come in threes. So, shall we add one more exhibit to our exploration of Asian cultures? Let's head now to the Musée National des Arts Asiatiques, where they have granted carte blanche to contemporary Chinese artist Wang Keping. Wang has long been considered one of the founders of contemporary Chinese art because of the role he played in the Chinese artistic avant-garde movement during the 1970s. When he finally left China for France in 1984, he found himself freed from the weight of censorship and discovered that he could express himself through sculpture in a uniquely personal way. And it's thanks to his work with wood that he is internationally recognized as one of the most important contributors to contemporary sculpture. He says, quote, trees are like human bodies with hard parts like bones, soft parts like flesh, sometimes tough, sometimes fragile. I cannot go against them, end quote. For this exhibit, Wang has chosen for the first time to sculpt from mahogany blocks imported from West Africa, creating sculptural women and birds expressing sensuality, eroticism, fertility, and the masculine and feminine, while blending his Taoist philosophies with his desire for harmony with nature. Carte blanche à Wang Keping will be at the Musée National des Arts Asiatiques, from Wednesday, November 23rd through March 6th, 2023. More information can be found at guimet.fr. That's GUIMET.fr. If you've ever wandered past the Théâtre de la Ville, which has been closed for renovation for over 6 years, and wondered what it was like inside, now is your chance to have that curiosity sated. Beginning on Wednesday, November 23rd, the Théâtre de la Ville on Place du Châtelet will open for free guided tours of the construction site. You can discover the history and beauty of this heritage building, as well as the backstage area of this contemporary theater that are normally closed to the public. Guided tours of the new Théâtre de la Ville will be available from Wednesday, November 23rd through December 8th and is free to attend. Reservations are required, and more information can be found at CAUE75.fr. With December fast approaching and a chill already in the air, let's take a quick dip back into the winter festivities before returning to the world of art and culture. First, it's worth noting that the enormous La Défense Christmas Market will return on Wednesday, November 23rd. At 7,500 square meters, this is the largest market in Île-de-France. Much as we discussed with the Champs-Élysées, the La Défense Christmas market will also be taking an eco-friendly approach. This year you'll find 150 snow-covered chalets, and 20% of them will be local exhibitors using artisanal production and sporting the Origine France label. You'll also find local crafts, activities, musical readings, reindeer candle holder design workshops, illuminated installations, and so much more. And ho, ho, hold onto your hats, because everyone's favorite North Pole bestie Santa Claus will also be present every Wednesday, weekends, and the first week of school holidays. The Paris La Défense Christmas Market will run from Wednesday, November 23rd through December 24th, and more information can be found at parisladefense.com. That's ParisLadefense.com. Once night falls, over at the Parc Floral de Paris, a new immersive sentier lumineux de Noël, or shining Christmas paths, will come to life. This exceptional light and sound show will guide you under trees draped in lights, along a lake, and through sparkling gardens. As you walk along the 2-kilometer-long path, which should take about an hour and a half, you'll also find a total of 22 luminous structures and cross under a huge luminous cathedral. To do their eco-responsible part, almost the entire installation is in LED lighting and has been created alongside the Parc Floral team to ensure the smallest disturbance to the park and its plants. The Sentier Lumineux de Noël will be at the Parc Floral de Paris from Thursday, November 24th through January 8th, 2023. Tickets begin at €14 for children and €22 for adults, and more information can be found at sentierlumineuxdenoel.com. That's SENTIERSLUMINEUXDENOEL.com. Are you searching for spiritual guidance? The Heart of You podcast is an exploration into your soul through intuition, spirituality, divination, and unconditional love. Host Annette Delou is a spiritual guidance coach, intuitive, Akashic, and tarot reader who discusses practical ways to integrate spiritual growth into your everyday life. Listen now to The Heart of You on ParisUndergroundRadio.com or wherever you listen to podcasts. We'll be right back with Don't Miss This after a word from our sponsors. And now, back to Don't Miss This. What do you get when you mix street art and pain? Bet that's not something you've thought of before, but the people behind Urban Signature have, and, beginning on Saturday, November 26th, Art Against Pain, a new free street art exhibit, will open at the Galerie Joseph. Spread over 350 square meters, more than 60 national and international urban artists will showcase their art, including artists like Ami Imaginaire, Ardif, De Waal, Rasto, Raf Urban, and Monsta. At the end of the event, the gallery will hold an auction, and all funds will be donated to the Rothschild Hospital for the fight against chronic diseases through art therapy. All artists have agreed to donate 1 or 2 pieces for auction. The auction will take place on-site and over the internet, and the starting price for each piece will be €500. Art Against Pain will be at the Galerie Joseph Minimes from Saturday, November 26th through Tuesday, November 29th, with the auction on November 29th at 7 p.m. More information can be found at urban-signature.com. This is the end. My only friend, the end. By which I mean, the end is coming to the 4-star Cube Hotel Paris on Saturday, November 26th. For one monumental evening that will immerse you into the world of the Titanic. That's right, you are invited to experience the last ball aboard the Titanic in 1912. Spread over 5,000 square meters and 5 floors, you'll find 60 performers and 18 DJs on 3 stages, from dusk to the first light of day. And that's not all. With the all-inclusive ticket, you'll find a prestigious food selection with items like truffle risotto and 7 alcohol and champagne bars open and included until 6 a.m. So, put on your most elaborate gown or 3-piece suit and head to the Cube Hotel Paris on Saturday, November 26th for the End 4. Tickets are €110 and include all food and drink. For more information, including reservations, please visit fever.com. Well, that's it for this week's roundup of Don't Miss This. For more great content, including a look behind the scenes, videos from Paris, a book club, and exclusive events, please join me on Patreon at patreon.com/Paris Underground Radio. If you enjoyed this roundup, please tell a friend. If you venture out to any of the events mentioned in this podcast, please let me know and tag Paris Underground Radio on Facebook or Instagram. And if you think you have an event we should know about, please feel free to email me at hello@parisundergroundradio.com with the subject line, Don't Miss This. I'm your host, Jennifer Garrity. You can find me on all socials at Jennyphoria. That's JennyPhoria. Don't Miss This is produced by me for Paris Underground Radio. For more on Don't Miss This and shows like it, please visit parisundergroundradio.com. Thank you so much for listening and happy exploring. Don't Miss This is produced by Jennifer Garrity for Paris Underground Radio. For more on this show and shows like it, please go to parisundergroundradio.com.